Mr. Trump, could you comment today on the battery charge against Corey Lewandowski?
Yeah, I can only say Corey's a fine person. I looked at the tape, but the tapes were supplied by me. You know, those tapes, just so you understand. This is a very high-end club, and we had tapes all over the place, and we supplied those tapes. And those tapes, to me, are very conclusive. A lot of people are looking and saying, how can anybody be charged? She was actually, if you look at her, my look, and according to a lot of people, she's grabbing at me. And he's acting as an intermediary and trying to block her from doing that. The news conference was over. It was done. It was finished. And she was running up and grabbing and asking questions, and she wasn't supposed to be doing that. And I think he should, I told him, I said, you should never settle this case. You should go all the way. I think they've really hurt a very good person. And I know it'd be very easy for me to discard people. I don't discard people. I stay with people. That's why I stay with this country. That's why I stay with a lot of people that are treated unfairly. And that's one of the reasons I'm the front runner by a lot. If you look at that tape, he was very, very seriously maligned, and I think it's very unfair.
It's only an allegation, but what does it say about the campaign?
I think it says nothing about the campaign. I think if you look at it, he was trying to block her. That's the way I would view it. And she's grabbing me and asking questions. She's not even supposed to ask questions. You know, the press conference lasted for a long time, like 45 minutes. And I was leaving, and she runs up, and you can see, in fact, there are pictures where she's, I could show you some, I actually have some in the other room, but there are pictures where she's grabbing my arm, and I'm going like this, trying to get her off. I think it's a disgrace that something like that could take place, and I'm shocked by it, and I'll stick by people, and I know it's probably not even politically good for me to do, but when somebody is maligned so unfairly as that, I will stick by.
Mr. Trump, you made a lot of comments.
In Wisconsin. What do you mean by that, and stacking it?
Well, I think we have a lot of people that are saying a lot of false things. I'm going to make much better trade deals than anybody in Wisconsin. Nobody can create jobs like I can create. Nobody's better on the border. Sheriff Joe Arpaio, from, as you know, from Phoenix, from the Phoenix area, from Arizona, is with me 100% and endorsed me because I'm the strongest on the border by far. You look at a guy like Ted Cruz, he's very, very weak on jobs. He doesn't know anything about jobs. He knows nothing about jobs. We call him Lion Ted because of what he did with Ben Carson, where he said Ben Carson had left the race and he hadn't left the race at all, but there are many other things. And, you know, look, I don't see Ted Cruz making it. I don't think Ted Cruz could win the general at all, and I think I'll beat Hillary Clinton very easy. Once I put my mind to beating Hillary Clinton, right now I have two other people that I want to beat, and hopefully I'll start that process and complete that process in Wisconsin.
You said that you're going to stick by Corey, but will his role change at all in the campaign as this case unfolds?
Well, I hope not. I think it's really unfair. It's a very unfair thing to a person. I was watching some of the television coverage, and a lot of people were on television saying, how could somebody be charged for that? I mean, they see it. I'm the one that gave the tapes. Nobody else gave the tapes. The tapes were from me. And they see it, and they see what took place, and it's so minor. And if you look at her initial statements, before she knew that we had tapes of her, she was talking about being pulled down or dragged down or something to that effect. And all of a sudden, when she saw that there were tapes, she changed her tone a little bit. I think it's a very, very sad thing, and I think it's very unfair to a good person. He's got a family. He's got 4 beautiful children. I think it's very, very unfair to a man with a wonderful family back in New Hampshire who gets, what, a criminal situation over that? In fact, some of the reporters were saying, a number of them tweeted, but some of them said, wow, that was minor compared, you get pushed around, you get shoved. And she was grabbing me. She was, does that mean that I'm supposed to file charges against her? She was grabbing me. That's why you see the picture of me like that. Now, maybe he was trying to get her off of me, but I think it's a very, very sad day in this country when a man can be destroyed over something like that. And you just look at that tape throughout the whole process, and you see how unfair it is. That's a very unfair. He's a good person. He's a good person with a wonderful family. And for him to be charged over something like that. And remember, she grabbed me before he even broke anything. And it almost looks like he's just trying to create a little room. Because to be honest with you, the news conference had finished. It was over. It was done. And I was leaving, rapidly leaving the premises. So all of a sudden she bolts out of nowhere. So I think it's very, very unfair. All right, let's